How about a view on the IT sector? As I mentioned in my opening remarks, you've had the opportunity to work with Infosys in the early part of its growth curve. How do you see TCS earnings as of yesterday? There isn't much change in how FlexiCap allocates IT, but what's the gut feel both as a techie as also a fund manager?
So I think the rather than results, etc., which may not really move the needle in terms of a view, I think the all-pervasive aspect that we have is that some of the best outcomes that investors experience are when they buy things at low expectations. Again, I'm not saying that we need to buy something just because they are cheap, but that does provide for a far better outcome when we think from a 3-5 year perspective. The second key aspect is when you think of IT sector and you plot the market cap share and the profit pool share of the IT sector, and you do that for the last 25 years, there have been 3 points in time in the last 25 years where the market cap share, which is the market cap of the IT services divided by the top 1,000 companies market cap, has been, so the market cap share has been lower than the profit pool share. The first time it happened was in 2007, when the various subprime banks like Lehman, etc., were going belly up, and they used to be large outsourcers for Indian IT services. And there used to be a worry that, if the clients themselves are going belly up, then possibly even, future growth is at stake. Similarly, we saw it in 2017 where digital was the new wave, and that led to a huge amount of worry that, can the Indian IT companies adapt? And the third such case is now what we are seeing, where the market cap share is lower than the profit pool share. So therefore, what we've seen is in the last 25 years, these typically tend to be great opportunities from a 3-year perspective to buy them. So that's one. Secondly, of course, it's not to say that we are being dismissive of the AI worry. The reality is that a lot of work that coders have been doing can be automated, but we do think that with as a cost comes down, the demand of technology can potentially go up. So that's the second key aspect that we think about. Thirdly, yes, there is going to be a need for overhauling a lot of legacy software which various companies and enterprises have in their domain. For now, of course, they are kind of putting that off, and there has been a sluggish kind of a decision-making environment today, wherein clients are not really opening up their purse strings. I would imagine that over the course of the next 2-3 years, that is also likely to change. Lastly, for example, when we think about AI, we saw, customer AI. I remember about 18 months ago when, various GPTs did come through, there was a wow moment as far as customers were experiencing. Today, that wow moment is being experienced by enterprises. But I do think that, the marginal wow moment will keep reducing over time, at which point, the funding will go from the model development to the application layer development. And that is where I think agile firms in the IT space will kind of see an improving demand environment. So it's not easy. It's not something where we think that we can make near-term returns, but this is generally a space where over a 3-5 year perspective, we do think the total returns of this pack can be quite encouraging.